Welcome back, everyone, to video number 8 in our Let's Play series of Motorsport Manager. Now, if you remember from the previous video, we had sort of a heartbreak situation in our last race where we finished just one position short of reaching our sponsor bonus of $650,000 for finish 6th or higher. We finished 7th. So we just missed 650,000, and because of that, we are now in the hole from going out and taking a big chance on signing Rafael Rodriguez, who is a top-level driver, quite frankly, almost 4 stars out of 5. So to be able to acquire a driver that good in this low of a series is pretty outstanding. But the reason I did that, number one, I want to take chances. That's part of what's fun about the game for me. Instead of trying to play it safe. But the other reason is now he has 29 months remaining on his contract, as does my other driver. So we're pretty set as far as drivers go. You know, we'll see what happens with any events that transpire as a result of the game, but we're pretty set on drivers for a while. Now, the next thing I'll be looking for is to continue to improve our race mechanic. We'll be looking, we only have a 2-star here. I'll be looking to improve that. We already a little over 3-star there, so we're not bad off there, and we're pretty good on lead designer, but we're always looking to improve. The next big thing that we're going to need to do is take a look at sponsorship. That's another reason why I felt pretty good about going ahead and taking a chance on getting a good driver while I could, is because we have some empty driver slots, and particularly this one, this slot on the fixed payment side. I think we can get some really good money here moving forward, and with our marketability, it's been increasing. We're now up to 73%. We should be able to get more money from sponsors. So let's go ahead, and with that in mind, let's go ahead and complete. Let's see, looks like car repair is going to be completed here pretty quickly. Okay, this is probably my email. Yes, it is. Car repair is finished. Okay, so now let's see what they're going to be working on. We're working on reliability because the original suspension and the original gearbox are kind of lacking. The gearbox is not too bad, but the suspension, we need to be much more than 65%. Other than that, our cars are doing pretty good on reliability. So other than that, I really don't have a whole lot of complaint on reliability. Of course, you want them all to be 100 if you can, but even like the 83% on our spec part wings is not a terrible thing. So we get that 65% taken care of, and you can see it'll be done 7 days before the race. So we're in good shape there. All right. You probably see the red marker down here at the bottom next to sponsors. Let's take a look, see what that comes up to. Okay, so our race bonus sponsor, let's see what they've got for us. Oh, they want us to finish 2nd or above. And for that, they'll give us $1 million. Well, unfortunately, I don't see that happening, but it's the only offer we've got. So we'll go ahead and accept that. As you can see here, we've got one more race remaining on this deal, and then I'm hoping we can get a really good deal, even better than the $650,000 for finishing 6th or above. I'd like to keep it as about 6th or 7th or above, but more money. Okay, let's see what we've got here. It looks like we've got 3 offers for this remaining slot, and let's hope they're good ones. What do we have? Okay, so immediately in the middle, I can see that we have an 8-race possibility here for an upfront payment of 2.75. We can get 200,000 fixed per race, or we can get 400,000 fixed per race over a little bit longer term, and an upfront payment of 250,000. Now, I'm not crazy about that. Let's see. Ideally, this is probably my best offer, even though it comes out to a little bit less money here, but it's fewer races, and I think we're going to continue, hopefully, to increase our standing with sponsors. And with that in mind, I think our best deal is to go with this. It gives us some upfront money. I really want to try to work on our headquarters at some point. Let's go ahead. Man, I really like this deal, though. 400,000 is hard to beat. That would get us in the green after each race. I'll tell you what, I'm going to go ahead and do this one. The 12 races, 400,000 is pretty good there. Let's go ahead and accept that offer. I can definitely think of some things I can do with that upfront money, but The big money for us, no doubt, is going to be on our bonuses in the race. So let's go ahead and with that in mind, let's see what else is on the calendar. Looks like we've got race for the upper tier guys coming up, but nothing on the calendar for us. Oh, we've got a vote coming up for next year. Let's see what we have there. See, we've got an email. Okay, so we're going to be voting about championship prize money distribution in favor of the smaller teams. Okay, I'm definitely interested in that. All right, let's let the upper tier teams run their races. I really wish there was a way that this would not stop the game when I have it in continue mode there, because at this particular point, I don't really care about the other divisions and what they're doing. All right, so it looks like they want to do a TV piece, and let's see what we got. Love to do a TV piece in your factory. Okay. All right, so we take the 100,000 and both. Oh, no. We don't want that because I need to keep the mechanics relationships as good as possible. So let's go ahead and turn that down and continue on. Let's go ahead and get to this vote. Okay, so there's a vote started. All right, and let's go ahead and take a look at it. So there's a huge difference in prize money awarded to the top and bottom teams, and the top teams get a whole lot more money than the bottom teams. Okay, so that's what they're proposing. Now, there is an interesting situation I find myself in, because obviously being a lower tier team, if we plan on staying at the bottom, then we're going to be against this. If we plan on getting toward the top next year, then that would give us a higher payout. Because I'm not sure of that, I may just abstain from this, but I really don't like being in the middle. I like to go ahead and participate, so I'm going to go ahead and vote against it and try to keep things a little more evened out, and it's rejected. Okay, so we'll keep the same payout structure, and kind of figured that's the way that one was going to go, but you just never know. Okay, let's go ahead and continue on. You see, reliability work is coming up soon here at the beginning of September, and our next GP is in 7 days. All right, so let's see. On the car, they are improving. Okay, we needed to get through that. Let's see, let's go ahead and pause because I know that they're going to be sitting idle. Let's see. So he has gotten increased by 10 on his marketability. Okay, I like to hear that type of thing for sure. All right, excellent. Let's head to our car and improve the parts. We definitely don't want anybody to be idle. Let's see, 83 and 83. No, I'm not interested in that. Let's see over here where we have. So they want to increase the performance on our gearbox and going from, make it to 24. Okay, from 16. Okay, that's good. That's good. We'll take that. And let's see, performance 81. Wow, 81. Very nice there on the suspension. And here we go. So 81 out of 97. So it doesn't tell me how much it's going to increase, and that may have been the same case here. 24 out of 40. Yeah, okay. So I was looking at it the wrong way. All right, so we're going to go ahead and let them improve those parts. Always good to have better parts. And let's go ahead and get ready for our next race. Let's see what kind of mail we got now. Okay, some more news within the world of motorsport. All right, it'd be nice to have that $1 million, but I think 6th is our best option. Again, the 75,000, we most definitely should be able to get to that, but the 75,000 really doesn't help us out. Okay, it would get us to about 200,000 profit or loss, but you can see here, this is where we're actually going to be made or lost. So I'll take the safe money is 135,000 if we don't make it, but I'm really shooting for this. Love to be able to get to 2nd, but I don't think we're quite ready for that yet. 6th place is about the best we could hope for. Okay, and let's see. With that in mind, let's go ahead and take a look at fitting our parts. And let's make sure we have some good, reliable parts. 100, 100, 100, 100. All right, steel 100, 100, 85 and 85. Okay, that's still plenty good. And 100, 100. Excellent. That's what I like to see. Okay. With that in mind, I do believe we are ready to race. All right. So we're here ready for the practice session. And I have a confession to make. I'm pretty gutted right now. This is actually the second time I have recorded this very race and the practice sessions and everything. I just got finished recording this very race, got to the end of the race, and actually won. We won the race with Rafael Rodriguez. Sergio finished 6th. We had a tremendous race. Everything fell our way with the strategy and so on. But then we got through that. We got through scrutineering, in the closing screens. But then as the game was loading the screen that would show us our gains in team morale, the game crashed on me. And there was no save to be had. So I had to come back. And now we got to do this all over again. It's almost impossible for me to believe, really. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to start the practice session with what I ended the previous practice sessions with and started the race with. Wow. That is, I still just feel completely gutted by the whole thing. To have our best finish yet by far. And to have that happen, I'm having a hard time digesting it right now. That is gut wrenching. So I'm gonna go ahead and start the practice session with what I started the race with, and it turned out wonderful. Of course, every time you do a race, the conditions change. So one of the reasons why I feel so gutted right now is because I know full well that this race most likely will not play out as far as the weather and the strategy and all of that the same way the one I just ran did. So I'm going to try to keep it together here. Let's run a practice session. Hopefully I can get the setups as good or better. And let's go ahead and send both of them out. We're going to do 1 lap stints. And tire choice is good. And go ahead and send them both out. So, all right, let's go ahead and follow the first driver out and see what we've got. So if everything plays out as it did previously, then we should be in line with setups that end up in the mid-90s. I think it was around 94, 95% that I started the race with. So hopefully that will stay true here again. And quite frankly, I'm hoping that we can repeat that victory, because that would just seem to be justice. We finally got the results we wanted, and then a game crash took it away from us. So I'm actually not sure if you can save in the middle of a race, and then if something like a crash happens, you could come back and restart the race in the middle. I actually have no idea if that's something that's allowed. All right, so we're going to go ahead and let this stint run through. And who knows, maybe we can come away with an even better setup than what we had before. But at the end of the day, the result is what I'm looking for. All right, so both are on their in lap. Here we go. So we get good, good, and excellent. And then, oh, wow, there you go. That's how it's done. Excellent, excellent, and excellent. So let's go ahead and work our way over to Sergio and see what he's got. Okay, so he's at 1625.8 and then 69 and 81. Okay, that is what I like to see. So no reason to send him back out. He is at 99%. So now the only reason to send anybody out would be here. Let's see, where did he end up on speed balance? Between the A and the N, roughly, on speed balance. So let's go ahead over to Rodriguez. And let's see what he comes up with. All right, we're almost there. We're at excellent. So we're in the same neighborhood there. Okay, so handling and everything, we're going to go ahead and make this exactly the same as what we had for Sergio. So we go 16 and 25.8. And then for, let's see, the handling, we want to go 69 and 81. Okay, so interesting how that would work out here. But we'll see how it goes. So we're at 90% already, so that's hard to complain about that for sure. But now I'm a little worried about the handling. And let's go ahead and pick tire choice, get him some new tires, and hopefully no rain. I did not have rain the first time through this, so I'm really hoping that I don't get any rain in this race to mess up our strategy. All right, here we go, Rodriguez. Hopefully we can get everything excellence across the board for him as well. So we're going to hope for the best. I think we'll get at least 2 excellence on him here. I'm just a little bit concerned about the handling. So he's here on his out lap. And in case you're wondering, the camera angles here, I do like the ability to follow my drivers around. But at the same time, I would like to have some stationary cameras or maybe a free roam camera that would allow me to focus in and move around the track as I want to, rather than being tied into any particular driver. All right, so let's see what we get. All right, so he's on his end lap now. You can see the speed. Even when everything is feeling very good, we are still not anywhere close to being where we need to be on speed with the other cars. Even though I know there's a little bit of speed to be found there because, we're not running but one lap at a time. All right, so let's see what kind of feedback we get now. All right, so we got excellent, good, and great. Okay, so now we've moved a little bit off of that, and handling is still only good. Okay, so we've got, I believe, one more stint we need to make. So we're at 93%, so it's not that I'm going to complain for sure. All right, so excellent was where? Okay, so we're just, if we look here, all right, we are between the A and the N. But if we go back to what was excellent, we're between the L and the A. So we need to come back toward acceleration a little bit. And then here, we didn't go far enough. I'm actually going to try to go a little bit back toward understeer here. Okay, so let's head back. Let's go a little bit back this way on the speed balance. And the handling, I want to go in this direction and see if we can get into that excellent or at least great category. All right, so let's go ahead and put some new tires on him. And let's send him out. Minute 23 left. So that's excellent. If we can get this pit stop, yeah, we're definitely going to get this taken care of. Again, there's a little bit of a trick I think you can use in the game that essentially allows you to, right now I could hit bring him in before he even runs a full lap. Bring him back into the pits and get many more stints in like that. And while at the same time, you're able to also get all of the feedback just as good as if you run several laps on the track. All right, so let's see what we got. We got 2 excellents and a great. Okay, that is tremendous. So we'll be back momentarily with getting set up for the race. All right, so we're getting our setups ready to go for the race. We've already chosen our 2 specialists, so we get plus 5% on super softs and in race trim. Again, you don't have to worry about qualifying trim in this series because there is no qualifying. Now, if we come in here and take a look at our setup, excellence across the board, it's hard for me to argue with that. So we're not going to touch anything. We're going to make sure that we have brand new tires on and full of fuel. That is the main thing here. The race is 13 laps. It shows 6 laps of fuel. I'm going to try to, in my strategy, stretch that out and make it on just 1 stop. That's where we're going there. Okay, so what do we have here? We have 2 excellents. Again, we're at 98%. It's hard to argue with this, and I'm not sure I'm going to touch it, quite frankly. At 98% and 99 for the other driver. Actually, I think I'm just going to go with this. There's just really no reason to attempt to mess this up. Okay, so we confirm our tire choice, brand new tires. And again, let's take a look at the rain forecast. No rain looks imminent, and track grip should be increasing. I like to see that. And we're full of fuel. So 98 and 99% balance, driver strategy. Okay, we're going to go low fuel on both. And that's our hope for making it on one stop. But I'm going to keep the driving style neutral because I do need to get some heat in the tires because it will kill tire wear if we don't do that. Okay, so remember, we need to finish 6th or above in order to get that tremendous bonus. Okay, let's go ahead and hit continue here. All right, so we're starting 1st and 10th on the grid. Let's hope Rodriguez can stay up front. Not necessarily in 1st because I kind of doubt that's going to happen. But we need him to stay up front as far as he can because that really helps out the strategy. Okay, I noticed that Sergio is 7th and 8th. He's hopefully doesn't fall back too far either. But the farther you get back in the pack, the more it becomes like a conga line to where everybody is just, really jam-packed close together. Okay, and just as I suspected and feared, Sergio is falling back to 13th. Still not the end of the world yet. Let's take a look at our forecast. Still no rain. That's what we need. Rodriguez still in 2nd. Okay, so far so good for this race. Again, really hoping to have a repeat of the performance before the crash. And so far so good. So except for Sergio, he is back in 20th right now. And if you look at the mini map in the top right end of the screen, you can see he's at the very back of that conga line. So that is not good. Rodriguez, in the meantime, is in 2nd. And you can see he's got a little bit of breathing room there. Not a bunch. Okay, we're on lap 4. This is where we're going to start to see pit stops. Next time by. This is where the AI will start to pit for new tires as their speed should really get them headed toward the front. But we're holding our own so far with Rodriguez up front in 2nd place. You can see the number 1 car is light years ahead of us. He is crushing us on speed. All right, here we go. Pit stops will now begin. You can see everybody filing into the pit. Sergio will move up quickly to 3rd. So we're running 1st and 3rd. I'm going to spin this camera around so I can see us in the pits whenever the time comes. All right, again, I would really like to have some different abilities with the camera. Okay, here we go. So we're coming in. Okay, so we're still 1st and still 3rd, but we got 1.8 and 1.9 laps of fuel left. Okay, I like what I'm seeing so far. All right, so we've got lap 7. I tell you what, let's go ahead, and we're a little bit low on fuel here. Let's see what it shows if we come into the pits. Again, no rain is showing. That's excellent. We're going to have 7 laps remaining, 6 laps of fuel. I think we're actually going to be okay with that. Balanced strategy of 9 seconds. That is very nice. Make sure we got the new tires on there. We did. And our fuel, yes. Okay, we're going to have him come in. Okay. All right, and now he's in pit lane. Sergio comes by, vaults himself into 2nd. So now we're running 2nd and 4th. Okay, now we need to have him pit next time by. We're going to put fresh rubber on again. Take a quick look at, and don't see any rain there. Okay, so fuel matches up great. We're going to use a balanced attack there. 10 seconds in pit lane. All right, excellent. All right, so we dropped back to 5th. That's not good, but not terrible. Remember. Okay, so Sergio comes in for his pit stop. Let's see. Okay, 10.2, so not a bad stop at all. They had thought we would be at about 10 seconds, so we're right on pace there. Now, the AI should have one more stop coming in about 2 to 3 laps. I can't remember exactly when they make their stop. Okay, so we're back to 5th. We're dropping back now. That is no good. Not what we want to see. Okay, but now pit stops are starting. We're in the lead with 2nd place hot on our heels. We're up to 7th with Sergio. And I'm hoping that the 2nd place car is going to come in for a pit stop, quite frankly. Because I don't like him being right on our heels like that. All right, and he does. Okay, so now we're in 1st with a little bit of breathing room. I've noticed that Sergio shows some excess fuel. Let's go ahead and move him up to speed him up a little bit. All right, now we're in the lead with Rodriguez. You can see here Santa Ana is closest, 5.2 seconds behind. So that's the margin we've got to deal with. Okay, so far so good. Will our fuel reach, though? That is the key. Quite frankly, I'm not too sure that our fuel is going to last that long. But this is our shot. We've got Sergio over here, who is in 5th, also doing a great job. Looks like he's going to have plenty of fuel to make it to the end. All right, so now we need about 2 laps left, and we're a little bit below that here on our fuel meter. So, and it starts to rain. Of course it does. Does it start to rain enough that it's going to affect us is the key. Okay, our lead is dwindling quickly here. All right, so we are on the final lap. Can we hold on? We've got a lead, but is it enough? And are we going to have enough fuel to get to the end? I'm not sure we are. We're running 1st and 5th. This would be tremendous if we could get that victory. And hopefully the game doesn't crash regardless of the result. Okay, so here we go. We're coming through the home stretch, final corner. And we're going to do it. So we got it done. Now, Sergio, is he able to keep that 5th place? And yes, he is. So we made it on fuel. And we got a 1st and a 5th place. Woo! Okay. Can we save right now? I'm going to go ahead and try to save as, sure. Oh my goodness, it doesn't want me to do that. Okay, it went crazy. So I'm not going to try that again. Not sure what happened there. And I wanted to have that in the video for you guys to see, because I'm not sure what just happened there, but now at this point I'm going to hope that the game doesn't crash once again. Woo! Boy, there was a lot going on there. And you can bet that I am going to attempt to save right now. Can I go ahead and, okay, are you going to allow me to save? Saving. Please keep that. Okay, it looks like it was successful. I'm going to go ahead and continue through this and try to get this thing finalized and get the points on the book before this thing even has a chance again. All right, so finally, not only are we able to get another podium, but the champagne tastes very sweet on top of that podium in 1st place. All right, and the Drivers' Championship, that moves Sergio up to 10th place. And, of course, we got our new driver is moved up to 19th place. And in the points, that puts us only 1 out of 6th place now. And can I go ahead and save again? Okay, I think that worked. The progress bar didn't go all the way to the end, but I'm hoping it worked. And so here we are. This is a place where it crashed the last time. Please don't crash again. Okay, so we made it farther this time. And guess what, folks? I'm going to save again. So, okay, looks like the save was successful. Now let's take a look at what happened here with morale. So we've got 20% morale increase here, 18% there, and we're up to very high morale here. Now, you might be wondering, why is Sergio's morale not much higher? Well, the reason is he's not happy that his car isn't better than Rafael's. So we've got our drivers getting better. We've got crew chief relationships getting better. And let's see, we came in first, expected 9. So 90% must be the happiness because we didn't increase. So that must be, I can't imagine you be much happier than finishing first, unless maybe there's a little bit of that, maybe sadness or not taking complete effect from the bonuses. Remember, we got the bonus for finishing 6th or higher, not 2nd or higher, which would have been the highest bonus. We increase our marketability, which is very important because marketability is what determines the sponsor payouts and what type of sponsors we're able to get. So with that in mind, I'm not going to press my luck any further. I've got some saves out of the way. And thank you for joining me in this 8th video of our Let's Play series, where we finally not only get to get on the podium, but we get our first victory. So stay tuned for more Motorsport Manager.